This is my solo match video for the Liberty Lube 3-gun team match at the Parma Rod and Gun Club September 14th and 15th, 2019. My team was comprised of myself with about a year of match experience and 2 Army veterans, one of which is a consistent match shooter who I knew through the InRange TV Patreon Discord. They are far better than I am with basically every gun, and if you haven't seen them shoot, check the description or the card in the top right for the full team event with an additional team of InRange TV patrons. The InRange teams began on stage 4, a shoot house tag team stage. We had to begin with 1 hit on each of these 3 plates at about 60 yards and then run into the shoot house.
What's last shot?
You got 200 seconds.
Hurry up!
Get it!
Hold the gun in the right spot.
There you go! Face up! Low.
Where'd it go?
You're good. 3, section 3, rifle. Whoa, watch my...
I want to pause here for a moment to highlight some important safety things. First, don't outrun yourself like I did so that you fall down. This could have been entirely avoided by me slowing down about 5%. Second, if you do go down, do it safely. It's very simple. You follow normal competition range rules. Finger off the trigger when you're moving, pointing in a safe direction. In this case, the 180 is even with this wall in front of me. And if you can, have the safety on. Something like a Glock, obviously, that's not going to apply. The RO is also doing his job very well. He's far out of the way so that if I do something wrong beyond already falling over, he's in a safe spot and is telling me to watch my muzzle direction first and foremost. He also tells me afterwards to slow down, which is exactly what I needed to do and did.
Oh, fuck that.
Number 3.
Yep.
590M mags really don't like to be seated on a closed bolt. My shotgun mag had only 1 slug in it, so I wanted to be sure that it was a hit.
Left. 100 seconds.
What am I doing?
Make sure you get the cages with pistols. You don't get them with shotgun.
Yep, I'm done with that one.
Gun is clear. Pistol.
This spinner has clay-sized holes in it.
Thanks for getting
I
the
think
play
that
for
my
me.
second round on the bottom plate and the first round on the top plate both went through the center holes. However, I can't be sure. That one was for sure left, though. This is the first match that I've used my P80 at, and unfortunately it did not want to cooperate with me on the clock.
Paper.
Where is he? Which one is it?
Gun on this side. Good.
You got a paper back here.
Canadian paper right here. Done.
Clear.
Clear. Hammer down holster.
We finished!
Our team was the first of our squad to have all 3 shooters complete the stage and finished in 811.24 seconds. We had a good deal of penalties because we incorrectly engaged the paper in the shoot house, in addition to my lack of spinning the spinner. My part of stage 5 was 5 rifle paper, 3 medium steel, and 3 longer steel, as well as a spinner.
Coming out. Did you get that one play, Mitch?
Hit the long range ones. Did you shoot the paper?
I got that paper. I got that paper.
Okay.
You might notice that I am consistently high and to the right. This is a 0 issue as confirmed by another shooter. I wonder if this will matter later. After clearing the rifle, I had to tag the next shooter.
Run the ball. Go, 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 go!
Running through the base is far faster, so just run into the hill.
Go, go, go. Yeah, this time. I want to slow down, so I just ran through it.
Oh my God! Shoot knock down, shoot there.
We got this. There you go.
Shoot there. Shoot flash. Shoot flash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Our squad finished with a time of 293.73 seconds. Stage 6 involved 2 bays simultaneously. I shot rifle only for this one. A 3-plate Know Your Limits array, a swinger target, and a spinner to the left. I probably should have gone prone here rather than sitting, but I thought that for the speed into and out of the position as well as the gained stability, it would be worth it. This spinner basically had to be engaged from this position, standing. Again, notice that I am consistently missing high and to the right on all of these stages when I am missing at range.
Should have reloaded. I'm a tard. Fuck. I'm over.
Oh no! I didn't even short stroke it.
Over.
Run!
Go.
Run with me, boys. Let's go.
Where are you going?
Where are you going?
Back here, back here. I'm excited.
Get in the stack. Good shit.
Our squad's final time was 160.32. Stage 7 had everyone split up, and I took the shotgun.
Ready, set, go!
Hitting the first slug target with the first round meant that you only had to hit the other 2 plates with 1 slug, rather than 2, so I took my time to not miss.
Good. Nice. Just one on each. One. Two.
Well, there goes the mag I was gonna use.
Careful, that step in front.
Yep.
For these steel tubes, I had 1 3/8 ounce pheasant loads because other shooters were having issues knocking them over.
That's a lot of dust. Okay, so there's those in clays.
You got 4,
Cool.
4, and clays.
Oh, I did it with a closed bolt like a tard.
Take your time, don't rush it. Try to make mistakes. There you go. Get those center ones. You ready for the clay?
Where? Okay.
I'll get it out when somebody fucked up.
My arms are gonna fall off.
Come on, keep going. You
Yeah.
almost got it. Come on. You got it. Breathe,
I'm
take your
on it.
time. You're out. Come on, you got like 6 more targets. Just take your time.
I was really running out of gas here and maybe should have swapped arms so that my right arm was running the pump.
You fucker. Leaving it.
A little higher.
Okay.
Stay inside the box and shoot. Get that last one. Get the last one.
It's not going down.
Aim right at middle. You got it.
I've
Low. You're shooting low. Breathe.
There you go.
There you go, dude.
Good.
This final steel really did not want to fall. The final shot had the dot above the steel to knock it over. Our time was 223.54 seconds. Stage 8 was another relay stage. I again took rifle with 3 paper targets, 4 static steel, and a spinner.
There it is.
Clear it. Get it, Yost. If the spinner gives you too much shit, skip it. But you'll
Okay.
be all right.
Plant the rifle.
really should have confirmed my zero at range. When I zeroed my rifle, I did it at 25 yards with no verification at longer distance, and it killed me here. My technique for engagement could have also been improved. When I was pulling the trigger, I was pulling it when the plate was directly at the top or bottom of its swing, rather than the moment before. I was failing to take into account time of flight. On stages 5 and 6, this was less of an issue since they were only at about 100 or 75 yards. This was far more important with this spinner since it was at a longer distance of around 175. I am very happy that this was the last stage of the day because failing to spin this spinner put me in a very poor mood. I also swapped uppers from my red dot and magnifier upper to my friend's LVPO upper that was actually zeroed.
Post when you shoot the bottom one, you shoot over the top one.
Get the bottom. He's just overcorrecting.
You're aiming high. Skip it. Shoot static, shoot static.
Static field.
High right. High. One. Right. High. Right. Right. High. Can't tell. Low right. Right. High. High. Breathe. Yo, just skip it. Just skip it. Take some shots at this one. If you don't hit it, just skip them.
Take the paper. Take that paper. Tag your team. Tag your team. Tag your team.
We finished this stage in 585.43 seconds. Day 2 began on stage 1, where we were in a truck with pistols and PCCs cruiser ready until we passed a fault line. All pistol rounds had to be fired from this trailer.
Fire! Fire! Fire!
Slide forward a little bit.
Joe, paper is good on this side.
Oh my god, this is the worst gun I've ever shot, Phil. Come here, muzzle, muzzle, muzzle.
Get that deep one.
Shoot it.
Got it.
After this, I went to take care of rifle, where there were many static steel at range and some paper on the left that I entirely forgot about.
The goddamn thing.
I didn't want
Oh,
to
the
put
guns
it where
are
the
loaded.
pistol is.
500.
When you are are engaging from a table like this, rather than monopoding on the mag, it is better, in my opinion, to press the front of the mag well into the table. It tends to be more stable for me. I simply forgot while I was on the clock.
Low. About 4, 2. 1, 2, 1. Impact. Spec. Spinner. 1. 2.
Is that a target?
Impact.
Okay.
1. Impact. Impact. Gills, give me a mag. Let me shoot that.
The 2 left on the right and then the long range.
Take the long range. What do we need?
Nothing. 2 on the left. 2 on the right.
Far right, so at it.
That's all.
Sit on the statics. Rifle paper.
Fuck.
When loading on a closed bolt, be sure that you actually seat the mag.
Okay, make these rifles clear.
After cruising through this stage in 95 seconds, we were on to stage 2. For this one, we started at a rock and went to our own areas. I first started on PCC and then moved to rifle. After doing this, I now understand why so many people like to do PCC at USPSA matches. For some reason, when I shouldered left-handed, I couldn't get the dot to show up correctly. Instead, I got half of a reflection. I wasn't able to reproduce this off the clock, but I will for sure be practicing support shoulder shooting more frequently now.
Be good.
Off to the rifle. I started on the plate rack at about 175 to 200 yards, and then moved on to the Know Your Limits array at about 150.
That was falling.
Going closer. Yeah.
That was a slow feast.
My muzzle when you move your shit. Yo, start shooting.
Yep, I'm breathing.
Use the berm if you need it. Oh, fuck it, shoot the KYL with that thing.
Do you need a mag?
Yeah, what? Oh, never mind. Got it. Which ones have you hit, Paul? God. Oh, hi.
What's left?
The long range. Hit it. Hit the 400. Hit that. Second one. Well, that was on the third. On the third. Hit it. Long range are done. Long range are done. Go KYL.
What am I shooting on there?
KYL, go right from the right. Go to second from the right. Second from the right. Get back on last one. Last hit back. Second from the right. That's all it needs to be hit. Pull it. You're shooting right. That's it.
Yeah, I got the last one. Suck it, bitches.
Which one? Second from the right. We just hit it.
I just hit that. He called last.
Two impacts on it.
Oh, you said one more.
There it is.
Okay.
We took 274.52 seconds on this stage. Stage 3 was the final stage of the match, and again I was on rifle. You might not notice that this is a different person than before. However, don't worry, it's not that he's in blackface, it's that he's a different guy. If you want more info on why this guy is now black, go check out the full series in the description or in the card at the top right. Anyway, sitting is a pretty great position for getting into and out of for me. It also adds a decent amount of stability.
Bring the paper.
For these clays, I put the tip of the chevron at the top center of the clay.
Very nice. Very nice. Ice cold.
Both feet on the activator.
Yep.
Make sure you got ammo.
Turn it down.
Were you counting? I sure wasn't, because there was only the one in the chamber. Anyway, we finished with a time of 537.72. At the end of the day, we took 2,981.5 seconds, and I learned quite a bit about what I need to work on. Number 1, make the pistol work. Number 2, if it feels like your rifle is off when you have a nice rest like this, it probably is. I can do a spinner standing, which is kinda cool. I need to work out my arms more. Zero your damn rifle. I can shoot a pistol from a moving vehicle pretty well, and I can also hit some longer range, small pistol targets. Gotta work on that support side shooting. I should work on offhand because it will help me to take these medium range arrays more quickly than getting into a fixed position like sitting or prone. This was a super awesome weekend, and I'm very happy that I could make it out to Parma for this match. Thanks to Liberty Lube and all of the other sponsors for helping to put this match on and provide a pretty sweet prize table. From this match, I got 100 rounds of Arms Core 223 62 grain, as well as a VG muzzle brake. I will be using that in my next LVPO rifle. Yeah, it's a little shilly, whatever. They furnished the prize table and helped to put the match on. Thanks to everyone who did that. Also, thank you very much to Aaron, the match director and president of the Parma Rod and Gun Club, for putting the match on. It was an amazing time, and I hope to attend more matches at your range, including the AK match that already happened, but the video is still being edited for at the moment. Maybe it's linked, who knows.
Wolverines!
Well, that's my cue to go and start shooting and editing that match. Thank you for watching. Enjoy.